This is gorgeous. Look how cute. The one with the most anxiety. This book is heavy, man. I don't know if I like it. Why are you showing my face? Snow gave me a freaking whiplash. Welcome to another video. So I'm kind of laughing because this seems like an idiotic way to spend money, but I have no regrets, literally none, because I went last week to Ibruna, which is a bookstore kind of, but they only sell the one that we have in our neighborhood. They only sell Dutch books, and there's like this whole marketing thing going on in the Netherlands where they are making the Dutch books a lot more special edition kind of vibe, so they make it even more beautiful than the books already are. And that's obviously like a whole marketing trick to make Dutch people read Dutch books instead of English written books. But I was walking past it and then I saw this poster. And on the poster, which I've never seen, let me get it. It was, if you buy two books, you get a tote bag. I love tote bags. Like, whenever I go to the store, I'm actually bringing a tote bag with me. And I saw this adorable one. It is so cute. And obviously you have to buy two books. So I did that, even though I don't really read Dutch books. But like I said, the Dutch books are becoming even prettier than they already are. So I made this huge purchase of The Hunger Games. I am really sorry to all the readers out there, but I have never read The Hunger Games. I do have all three of The Hunger Games in English, just like paperback. But then I saw this and I was like, oh, that looks beautiful. And then you turn it and it's like, oh, this is gorgeous. So I got this one, and like I said, I had to buy two. So I also bought the second one. And then my mom was like, you know what? I really want to buy a book too. So I bought the third one. This is such an insane purchase, but also so freaking beautiful. And then she suddenly put her book down and I was like, what are you doing? Because I also got a second tote bag because we have now 4 books. And she was like, yeah, you know, I could buy a book, but I know I'm not going to read it. I was like, what do you mean? So I need to put this book back and the tote bag back? And then she was like, no, I'll give you the other one as my present. Because she was actually going to buy one. So I got this one, which is it the newest? No, it's not the newest because there's another one that came out, but they didn't have that one. So I got this one. Yeah. Then I was like, obviously, I now have 2 of the first 3 books. And like I said, I have not read it. So I told myself I am going to read The Hunger Games. I'm really proud of that decision, to be honest, because that really shows how grown up I am. After making such a big purchase. This was €100 together. Those 4 books, they were 25 each. Obviously I got one for my mum, which I'm really grateful for. Yeah, I felt a little bit insane that I bought that for technically the tote bag, because I wanted a tote bag. And then I came in and I was like, well, those are some pretty books. So yeah, I am feeling forced because of this purchase to actually read The Hunger Games for the first time. Absolutely beautiful. Insane. I don't even know which one I like best. I don't know, man. But now we're going to read this. I am suddenly reminded how much I love books more than I love movies. Because my god, I've been listening for the past 2 hours to the first Hunger Games book and I'm obsessed. How in the world did it took me, why in the world did it took me so long to actually pick up the damn book and listen to it or just read it? What the heck, it's so good. It's so much better than a movie already and I'm only 2 hours in. And I still have 5 hours to go or something. And in the meantime, I've been making myself a little bookmark. I just need to let it dry for now and then I will cover it with plastic so that I can actually use it as a bookmark. I think I'm gonna make something easier. You know, something cute, but something that doesn't take this much. I don't even know how to explain it. It was so difficult. It took me so much, like, I needed so much concentration for this. It was insane. But yeah, I also just made myself a little snacky snack. It's actually not much later, but I finished my second bookmark. Look how cute. Sometimes I get really proud of my paintings. I don't paint a lot, so whenever I do, I'm happy that I'm always kind of satisfied. Yeah, just wanted to show that because I'm really proud of it. Just 5 seconds. Pizza's here. Now I want to watch the movies again. I pretty much listened to the audiobook and read the book, and it was a lot. Which I think everyone who has seen the movies or have read the books know that the Hunger Games are very intense. But I do have to say, I feel like maybe my brain obviously didn't remember stuff as much with the movies, but things were definitely very different. With things that happened, the ending, I was a bit confused because I was like, did that not happen in the movie? Like, I guess I only remember certain parts of the movie, so now I wanna watch the movie and compare it, I guess. I guess that's what I kind of want to do now. So I may actually turn on the movie and watch it while the book is still fresh in my memory. But yeah, this was super good. I'm upset that it took me this long to actually pick up the book. Because this was a 5-star. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I read it in 2 days. I already have the second book, which is Catching Fire. I actually don't really remember anything. Like, I remember the first movie. I don't remember if I've even watched the second movie or the third. I don't remember any of those. So I'm excited to read this one, but it is now 4:30 and I think I'm just going to turn on the movie. Good morning. Well, technically it's not morning. It's already 2:30? 2:30. I am not doing so great. This is the first full day actually that I'm home alone. And this is, for me, personally, the hardest day. Yeah. The first full day home alone is the one with the most anxiety, the headache, tummy pain. I've already taken some paracetamol because my headache is kind of insane, and because of that I can't even read. on paper. So I've been mainly just listening to the audiobook today. I'm already 3 hours in. I'm at chapter 10, which is the second part of the story, I guess, the book, which is page 157. It's another book with 439 pages, so I definitely have to read quite a bit, and I'm a little scared that it's not really going as fast as I hoped. But that's because of me, because of my anxiety. So it has nothing to do with the book. The book is super good. I thankfully am very much enjoying the audiobook, so that's really nice. Because without that, I don't think I could be able to finish a book today. Or I don't think that I would even be able to read a book today. I will probably be just watching Netflix, something like that. But yeah, like I said, it's not my best day. It always happens when my parents leave for a weekend. It is actually too short for me to actually get used to being alone. Normally every morning I stay downstairs. I talk with my mom, watch a YouTube video, but I'm always surrounded by my parents. So having them not here is very weird and I don't like it as much. But I do know the day after I actually do way better. Like tomorrow I'm gonna be fine. Like all of my anxiety will get out of my body after I sleep. But yeah, their trips are too short for me to get used to it or something. I don't know why my brain is like this, but yeah, like I said, I just wanted to give you guys a little update because I'm not going through it as fast as I hoped. Grow in their natural habitat. So I am at chapter 13 right now. I started listening to the audiobook again after I made my snack because I just couldn't get the energy to actually pick up the book. Yay! This is a very big theme around today's video, that today is just not my best day.
Why don't you take this opportunity to get used to swinging a few tools, Caitlin? I've got a spare axe you can use.
Good morning. I am feeling much better than yesterday. Thankfully. Yesterday I pretty much read only one chapter and the rest I did with my audiobook. I am now at chapter 21 of Catching Fire and I have 2 hours and 5 minutes to go. I'm at the last part, which is part 3, and they are now again in the Hunger Games and they kind of made friends along the way, I guess. Battery is dying, but I just wanted to say that it's been really good. I barely can stop listening to it. I hope that today I can actually read, but I do have to say I think I'm going to finish listening. Okay, I have no idea what I was saying, but I think I said something along the lines that I think I'm going to finish listening to the audiobook because yesterday I started in Lego Camera. It's going to become this one. So I did a little start in that. It's not going to take me very long, I think. But first I am going to eat my strawberries, drink my cup of coffee, and I think I'm just going to watch like a little YouTube video because I feel whenever Whenever I eat, I'm not very good at listening to my audiobook because of the crunch of my biscuits. So normally I just put on my YouTube video.
Who bounded off initially stops when he realizes we're having problems.
This book is heavy, man. I've only listened to one chapter and I've already finished my camera. And I don't know what to think about it. I don't know if I like it. I am close to the point that I'm like, maybe I should just make this one. I don't know, I think this one would look cuter. So last night, come on, I finished my audiobook. I ended up listening to it. I am very thankful that the audiobooks are on Storytel, because without it, I probably wouldn't be as fast. So now we are going to start in The Mockingjay. Why are you showing my face? Yeah, so now we're going to start in this one. Another 400 pages, which on audiobook is 11 hours and 19 minutes. You're distracting me. You're looking at me like... You're such a cutie pie. I feel like I look tired, but I finished The Mockingjay last night. I ended up listening to the audiobook for like the last 2 hours while I was just in bed playing games on my phones, so... But this was intense. I haven't even given it like a review, like a star, because I was at the last chapter before the epilogue, and I was like, oh my god, what the heck is going on? Like, this was super intense. Like, the beginning, it felt a little bit slow, but I really enjoyed it. But I got a little bit annoyed by Katniss. Like, maybe that's like the whole meaning of this book too, that she's she has this very low way of looking at herself, in that she is a horrible, cold person, and if you look at her actions, she is not, but she keeps thinking like that, and every time something happens which could be seen as like being a cold person, it's not. Like, she's so... Maybe it's a trauma, could be, but she tries to hold everyone away. Like, she pushes everyone away, and I feel like that's really annoying. Maybe that's a way of, you know, saving herself, but I got really annoyed about it. And also, like, she was already like that in the first book, to be honest. And maybe that's because of her dad, but I don't know. I don't know what's up with her, but she was a little annoying at times, where she knows that she's cool, but like, she doesn't do anything about it. Like, she doesn't talk about anything. She doesn't really... But I think I will be giving this 4 stars. It didn't give me the 5-star feeling like I had with the first book. And I think it's because I just got, every time, the last 2 books, I just got very annoyed at her. And that obviously takes away from me a star. Because I like characters where I can see myself a little bit in, and I can, or maybe not at all, but that I can see and understand why they do certain things. And I didn't felt like I understood anything of the way that she was behaving most of the time. But yeah, super good book. And I just got my order in because I do not own the other two books, the new books. So I just bought The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Cute. This is obviously about snow, and this is also already a movie, so it's already out. The movie. Insane. And I've also bought The Sunrise on the Reaping. But hold up. I was actually going to buy the e-reader, like the ebooks on my e-reader. But this book was $7.99 as ebook, but also as like physical. And I was like, why would I spend so much money on an ebook when I can have the physical one? So I bought the physical one. And then I was obviously looking at this one because I was like, how expensive is this one? Because this one's obviously new, which is why I have it in hardcover, because they didn't, the paperback hasn't come out yet. And I was like, looking at the ebook, and it's $14.99 on Kobo. But I was like, $14.99? And then I don't even have the book. So then I saw that this one was 15% off. This one was also 15% off. So I ordered it. Anyway, I'm going to eat some lunch because it's already 1 p.m. And after that I may start with the other book, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I got this book on Friday. Yeah, I got this book on Friday. And it is now Tuesday. On Saturday, I had a really busy day. We had a 5-kilometer walk with a bunch of people for KGF, which is like an organization that helps people get a dog, like people that are blind or people that need a buddy, or for people who have PTSD that they get a dog to help them get out of the house. Like, anyway, I've just been feeling really sick because of all the stress, I guess. So I've just been laying in bed and I've been trying to read this, but it's like I'm struggling so much because my head hurts. I keep getting more questions when I'm reading this. Like, I'm only at chapter 5, but I keep thinking, like, what the heck happened to this dude? Like, what happened to Snow? Why is he the way he is in the Hunger Games? And how did he change from this really skinny boy that only eats cabbage, cabbage soup, to being such an awful man? I literally am only at the part where he knows that he needs to mentor the District 12 girl. And she's interesting. Also, I have to say, I really love it in movies when they sing. I really like that. When it's in books, it's so awkward. Because obviously, like, my brain just reads it. So it's like kind of like a poem. And it's not even a poem, to be honest, because nothing rhymes. I don't know. It's really weird. I kind of hate it when there are songs in the books because I just don't know how to read that. It feels weird in my head. Hello. I am not looking my best, I think, but I am nearly finished with The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm at chapter 24 and I'm at page 374. And I don't know what to think. Yeah. So I tried to film a video where I was talking about how I had finished this book, and I looked it back because I filmed it half on my camera and half on my phone. I was looking at it on my phone and I look so bad. And I mean, like, I look sickly. Like, the dark circles are really bad. So I gave this one a 3.5. I enjoyed it, and I think it had a potential to be 4 stars if there were some parts that were so long and quite boring that took away a lot of the fun of reading it, because some parts were really entertaining and went by super quick, and then other parts were really slow and just, I don't know, they weren't really grabbing my attention. And obviously it's also because I'm in somebody's head that I do not like, and that Snow gave me a freaking whiplash, because at one moment he was almost like a nice guy, where I was like, he tried to save Sejanus a lot, he tried to help Lucy a lot, but then there were moments where he was like calling her almost his possession, and I don't know. I also watched the movie today, which was fine. It definitely, I mean, obviously a movie can never really show everything that happens in the book, and some things always play out a little different when they film them. But I still think that they did a pretty good job of portraying the entire movie, the entire book in that movie. I do have to say, it was a good book. It just is definitely not my favorite. Reading the first 3 chapters, his story is really unfortunate. Like, so far it's just really bad luck. I will see you once I've read a little bit more. But I just wanted to say that I am at chapter 12. I've read now 160 pages. I think I'm almost halfway. I think at 190. I'm halfway. I do have to say, in the beginning I was a little confused, because I was like, I don't want to give too many spoilers obviously, but I was a bit like, he got a warning, let's just say it like that. He got a little bit of a warning that if he steps out of line, the people he loved will. And normally you would get scared of that. But he doesn't. He's a little rebellious at the moment, and obviously that's what his girlfriend would have wanted. But in my head I'm like, hello? What about your mom? What about your little brother Sid? Like, hello? What about your girlfriend? Like, aren't you scared that anything's gonna happen? And then I thought more about it, and I was like, he's pretty sure, I think, that he's gonna die, so that they will be safe. But obviously we all know he doesn't die. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little update. I hope I'm able to read a bit more today. I wanted to say that I finished Sunrise on Reaping. I just finished Sunrise on Reaping, like I said, and you obviously know from the Hunger Games, the books or the movies, that Haymitch is a very, very lonely person, and in this book you obviously start getting to know him in how he was when he got raped, when he got called up, and how, first of all, unfair that situation was. Second of all, how he was so convinced that he wasn't going to survive the Hunger Games that he really tried everything to stop the Hunger Games, to like rebel against it. And obviously that didn't work because we all know I have now finished all the Hunger Games books. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I've read it. I don't know what rating I'm gonna give it. I think I'm just gonna give it a 4. Or maybe a 5. Let me get you closure. I have finished all of the Hunger Games. And I gave them a little place because they were standing here and I just put them up. Because I cannot believe that I've waited so long to read these books. Like, what's wrong with me? So I just finished the last book, which was Sunrise on the Reaping. It's the one about Haymitch. I mean, I did talk about it a little bit last night, but I was also having a very bad headache, so I don't remember much from what I was saying. But this was kind of heartbreaking. But also on the other side, I felt in the beginning a little bit annoyed at Haymitch because I was like, but what if you survive? I mean, I know that he survives. We all know that because he was there when Katniss was going to be the next tribute. But also, like, in my mind, I'm like, he has one of those mentors that won the games by literally doing nothing, and she figured out pretty quickly how the whole game was set up for her, and she was really smart with that, obviously. So there is a way of winning the game without really playing the game. And he obviously thought that he was going to die anyway, which made him a little bit not think about his family and the people that care about him. That made me a little bit annoyed, but on the other side I was also like this kid is going to rebel, like put his life in danger to actually stop the game. So I also understand the point that he's like, I will never survive it because I'm going to stop the games. But as we all know, he survived, and because of that, the people around him didn't, which was really hard to read. It was frustrating to read and hard to read, but it was also, I don't know. I mean, when I read about him in the Hunger Games, I was already thinking like this was a little boy that loved everyone, you know? So like what happened to him that he pushes everyone away, and in this book you obviously figure out why he pushed everyone away. Because even after the Hunger Games was over for him, he still needed to protect himself. And he mainly, I mean, he didn't even really want to protect himself, he just wanted to protect the people around him. So it was better to not have anyone around him, because otherwise they would be in danger. That was really heartbreaking to read. It was a really good book. I think I'm going to give this, I wasn't really set on it last night because I was like, maybe it's a 5-star. Yeah, I'm still thinking about a 5-star. I think I'm going to give this also a 5-star. So the first book called The Hunger Games is 5 stars, and the last one is 5 stars. So that's kind of insane. Yeah, I gave the first Hunger Games 5 stars. Catching Fire is 4 stars. Mockingjay is 4 stars. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was 3 stars. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, and it went by quite slowly for me. I think it's because Snow just gave me a freaking whiplash every time, because sometimes my head was like, oh, he's actually a nice guy, and then suddenly he wasn't, and then I was like what? So I didn't really enjoy that one because I couldn't figure out why he did these kind of things. Even though it does explain it a little bit, in my mind it doesn't make any sense. But the last one, I'm going to give Haymitch a 5-star because I really loved it. It's taken me 3 weeks to read 5 books, so I've never actually read books that quickly. But I do have to say, The Hunger Games went by pretty quickly because I obviously already knew the whole story from watching the movies when I was younger. If you haven't read The Hunger Games, I definitely will tell you now. Please do read it. It's super good. It's really fast paced. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have no idea how long this video has become. I feel like I filmed for so long that I'm a little bit scared to edit this. But it was really fun to just read a series all in one go. Yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys next time. Bye!